10 best countries for education around the world. Australia. What's up, down, under? Education for all. Placing at the top of the education index in the United Nations. Human Development Report. The country continent of 24 million expects students will complete an impressive 20 plus years of schooling. The US, for comparison, expects 16. In fact, 100% of preschool, primary, and secondary school age kids are enrolled, and 94% of citizens over 25 have at least some secondary education, hand in hand with full classrooms in a teacher student ratio of 14:1. Australia admirably supports its educators. The nation gives incentives to support its educators. The nation gives incentives to teachers taking rural hardship postings, and according to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization 2015 Education for All Global Monitoring Report is taking notable steps toward pay parity for teachers at all levels. Japan. Thanks to an intense focus on academics starting at age 6, the primary school dropout rate is just 2%. Japan's students have scoring well down to a science, ranking number 2 in Pearson Education's annual Global Educational Performance Report and placing 4th in reading and 7th in math in the influential program for international student assessment. Survey, which tests 15-year-old students worldwide in order to compare countries' education systems. The Pacific Ocean island nation is serious about learning, and it's paid off. The literacy rate of their 127 million citizens is 99%. South Korea. Standardized tests have met their match in South Korea. Students in the 49 million person republic who are randomly assigned to private and public high schools routinely score at the top of academic assessments. Most recently, number 1 overall and in educational attainment in Pearson Educational's annual Global Educational Performance Report, as well as 5th in both reading and math on the Pearson Report survey. Long hours of study have helped the students become so successful, reports the BBC. Nothing that South Korean parents spend thousands a year on after-school tuition for their kids, evening cram sessions every day. Finland. Who knew that lots of break can help create academic access? The Finns. The Northern European nation mandates that their kids who don't begin studies until age 7 have 15-minute outdoor free play sessions for every hour of their 5-hour school day. And though grades aren't given until 4th grade, and schools don't require any standardized tests until senior year, their students' achievement is undoubted. Consistently high PISA survey scores. Finland's latest rank is 6th in reading and 12th in math. And it's not just a few smarties who secure the lead. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the difference between the weakest and strongest students in Finland is the smallest in the world. Norway. Norway, rated highest in human development by the UN, prioritizes education for their 5.1 million residents. The Nordic nation spends 6.6% of their GDP on education, nearly 1.5% less than the US does, and keep their student-teacher ratio below 9:1, relying on a national curriculum that teachers interpret for their pupils, who aren't defined by grade level. Arts and crafts are part of the program, as well as food and health, music, and physical education, and their systems is clearly working. 100% of Norway's school-age population is enrolled in school. 97% have some secondary education, and they have just closed the gender gap in education to boot. Singapore, described as an exam-oriented system. Education in this island city-state of nearly 5.7 million in Southeast Asia strives to teach children problem solving. They have certainly figured out how to conquer tests, ranking number 1 in Pearson Education Global Education Report for Cognitive Skills. And number 3 overall, Singapore placed high on the PISA test too.